In preparation for the grouting, masking tape is being applied all around the range hood. This will protect the wall when the grout is applied. We wet the stones in this process before grouting them. Stone is somewhat like a sponge. It's very absorbent, and we want to fill the stone with water so that the grout won't sink into the stone any further than where we want it to be.
We are now prepared to make our grout. We use white mortar mix type N, non-sanded. We use the sand that came with your range hood. It is mixed on a 3-to-1 ratio, 3 parts sand and 1 part white mortar mix type N. In this instance, the mason is using 2 parts sand and 1 part white mortar mix. He will be adding the 3rd part of sand later as he mixes. Then the water will be added. You can tell when the color is consistent that it is thoroughly blended. Slowly add the water until it is the consistency your mason would like. The sponge allows him to introduce the water a little at a time. The consistency we are looking for is something like a thick cake icing. The water is slowly folded in to give it a consistent mix. You don't want any lumps or white specks of mortar showing. And now, we allow the mix to slake for about 5 minutes before using. The floor and countertops are being protected with plastic and drop cloths during the grouting process.
You can tell by the beautiful, consistent, warm brown color that the stone is now thoroughly wet. It will dry, and when it does, it will lighten considerably. It's important to keep all work surfaces clean. Your grout will adhere better, and it makes a neater job. Cleaning is essential. You don't want the grout to stain the stone. A wet sponge is used for wiping it away. And because we've already wet the stones, we're not forcing the grout into the stone. The stone is already full of water. Keep your water clean. A clean project is a beautiful project. More grout is being applied to the face of the stone. This really ties the project together and gives it that clean, beautiful, finished look. In this instance, the grout is being applied by hand. We don't want to use metal instruments near the stone. We don't want to damage or scratch the stone.
Joints should be flush, not concave.
It's important in cleaning with the sponge to wipe across the joints, not with the joints. We don't want them to become concave. As the stone becomes a little bit dry, we must also re-moisten it. We want to keep it wet while we're grouting. Now that the project is complete, he's brushing the project down with a shop brush.
The 2x4 supports may now be removed since the grouting process has been completed.
After cleaning and brushing down the unit, wash it thoroughly with scalding hot water. When the unit dries, the stones will become splotchy in color, and then when it completely dries, they will be all the same color.